Hey everyone, my name is Zafir Qasim. I was born in the small town of Hayward, California, 2008. That's where it started. That's when I began to make my impact. Not with noise, not with fame, but with presence, with being here, with showing up every single day. This is not a trailer for some blockbuster. This is not a resume or a flex. This is proof that I matter, that I've always mattered, that even one person, you, me, can ripple across the lives of others in ways too deep to measure. I started off small, just a kid with big eyes and a heart wired to care. I paid attention to everything, to people's eyes when they weren't saying what they really meant, to the kids who sat alone, to the way small acts, holding a door, sharing a laugh, could shift the entire atmosphere of a room. I didn't know it then, but I was already becoming something rare, someone who notices, someone who feels, someone who shows up. I never needed the spotlight. I wasn't the loudest, the tallest, or the one chasing attention, but I was building, quietly, building trust, building friendships, building habits that would carry me forward. I learned to take care of people, to remember what made them smile, to be the person who didn't flinch when things got real. When others backed away, I leaned in. That's how I knew I was different. Not better, just deeply, undeniably human. There were moments I felt invisible, times I tried my hardest, and it still wasn't enough. I've sat through days where no one asked how I was. I've smiled when my insides were unraveling. And yeah, sometimes I wondered, if I disappeared for a while, would anyone really notice? But then, one message, one person saying, "You helped me more than you know." And just like that, the light came back. Because maybe I didn't always feel seen, but I was always felt. And feeling is deeper than visibility. I've made hard choices, not the dramatic kind, not always, but the kind that define who you are. Choosing to defend someone when it would have been easier to stay quiet, saying no to the wrong crowd, even when it cost me a seat at the table, taking responsibility when others deflected blame. I didn't do these things to be seen as good. I did them because deep down, I knew my soul won't settle for less than integrity. My soul won't settle for less than integrity. And in a world where people bend for convenience, I chose to stand. You might not realize it now, but I've made waves, in ways that don't trend, in ways that don't get claps, but they last. I've made someone laugh when they were ready to cry. I've made someone feel seen when they thought no one noticed. I've helped a friend believe in themselves again. And maybe they never told me, maybe they never will, but that ripple, it keeps going. That's legacy. That's impact. That's what I leave behind every single day, just by being who I am. I'm not perfect by any means. I've made mistakes I regret. I've held in words I should have said. I've doubted myself over and over and over again. But growth isn't clean. It's slow, messy, beautiful. I'm still learning how to let go of guilt, how to forgive myself for who I wasn't back then. I've had to learn that existing isn't just surviving, it's living. And every year, I live more deeply. I feel more honestly. I love more fully. That's what it means to evolve. Right now, this is me, not finished, not flawless, but real. I'm the one who remembers your favorite snack when you're sad. I'm the one that sends that text at the exact moment you needed it. I'm the one who listens to what you say and what you don't. I'm not trying to be anyone else anymore. I'm just trying to be the best version of this exact soul. And honestly, I'm proud of who that is. I matter, not because I've gone viral, not because my name is in lights, but because I've held space for people when they couldn't hold themselves. I've spoken truth into silence. I've chosen love when I could have chosen bitterness. I've done the work, internally, externally, to grow. I matter because I've made people feel human again. And that's power. That's rare. That's me. My story isn't done. I'm still writing it with every breath, every hallway I walk down, every hand I hold, every person I choose to care about. The world tries to make people feel small, but I've learned you don't need permission to matter. You just have to decide to. My name is Zafar Qasim. I was born in Hayward, California in 2008. And since then, I've been creating light, real, steady light. In people, in places, in moments. I matter. And you know why. I'm still here, still showing up, still paying attention, still fighting for the people I love, still learning how to fight for myself. Every day I carve out more of who I really am. Every day I rewrite parts of me that used to feel small. And I remind myself, I don't need to wait for someone to crown me with importance. I was born with it. I was born with the power to change a room just by walking into it, with the ability to make someone feel safe just by being by myself. They didn't know what it meant to be moved by someone quietly powerful, because that's who I am, not the loudest, but the realist. I've walked through the shadows and brought light with me. I've been the beginning of someone else's healing. I've been the reason someone smiled when they didn't think they could. And that's a legacy already in motion. My story isn't over. In fact, it's just beginning.